Today, I'm gonna play with hot rollers for longer hair. This right here is by the brand Calista. This is their Calista Tools Iron Hot Rollers Long Style Set 12 Base that retails for $149, and I got these from Amazon. Never used this brand. I see a lot of people talk about them on QVC, or they were sold on QVC maybe a while ago. This is what they look like. They're actually quite heavy. You get 12 of each, and then you get 12 clips right in here. And then you have the base with the plug right in here. Let's turn these on because it does say it takes up to 3 minutes to heat. It's been 3 minutes and only 6 of these are dark. It says once they're heated, they're gonna be dark in color, and the other 6 are still bright red. So the ones closer to the on-off indicator, they're hot, and I can feel that they're warm. And these are cold. That's not good. So since this half is working closer to the light on and off indicator, we're gonna use these 6 first, and then I'll transfer the other 6 here while I'm doing these curlers. So one, I'll basically take one off, put one on, and hopefully we'll heat that up. And I'm gonna try to copy or follow this right here, these long ones. She's using different sized curlers. So I wanna use the long ones vertically just because I wanna get more of a wave instead of body. We'll see what happens. And then the ones in the back, I'll do them horizontally because I don't want a separate line. So we'll do them horizontally. We'll see what looks better, vertical or horizontal. So let's go for it. Let me take out the clips, and then let's start styling. And they do use the rollers to kind of brush it through. I watched some of their QVC segments and they don't feel hot at all. They do feel warm, but they don't feel hot. So I do want to wrap the hair around and away from my face. So let's wrap this in here. And then let's wrap it all together, just like that. Hopefully that will stay in there. I'm really curious what that is gonna look like. They're not as grippy as I thought they were, so they must be putting quite a bit of tension on the hair. And I can handle it pretty easily. Like, it's not too hot. Wow. I feel like because I've never used such long rollers before, it's taken a lot of work out of me. A lot of strain, not strain, just a lot of time. But once you get used to it, I think, yeah, you'll be good. Okay, babe, I think I need you to help me in the back. It's not really brushing the hair as well as it looks like on their videos. Curling iron. I literally can't see what I'm doing because they're so long. Doesn't want to stick or hold. All right, figured that out. All right, we literally have one left. Ah, it's hot. Ooh. All right. Wow, this is actually really heavy. How many minutes should I do it for? Let's do 20 minutes of this. All right, so we had it for roughly 25 minutes. And let's take them out, and they definitely don't feel hot or warm on the head anymore. And I'm looking, and most of them are red already. So they definitely all cooled off. Let's reveal them. And you don't want to take it out like that because it does have the, what would you say, the bristles on there? Oh, that's quite nice. Ooh. Okay.
Very nice and soft.
Yeah. Just going to unroll. I mean, look at the difference with the way you roll it with the result. You know what I mean? This one's not as nice as what I'm trying to say. I didn't do that good of a job rolling. Okay. A little bit of creasing from the clip, and it's not as even. Ooh. Ooh, that one's pretty. This one.
That guy.
This guy. That's actually really pretty. At least the hair feels soft.
One thing I see is that it doesn't go up as far to the roots.
Yeah. Oh, okay, got something. Don't know what I did there, but that's what happened. I feel like this one I could have done 2 to 3 sections at least. It's extremely inconsistent. I'm just gonna use my hands, my fingers to just comb this out. Fluff it out. It definitely gave body, but quite a bit of creasing. So I feel like if you have bigger clips, it's gonna look much better. They're just very inconsistent. So you do have to have a strategy of how you wanna roll them. The smaller the sections, the better results. Bigger sections, you get just more of a, I don't even know, like what is this even? Like a little slight bend? I don't know, just not loving the overall look. I got a much better result using the Bun to Done by Conair. That was so consistent. It looked so good. These ones, not so much. I'm not really enjoying it. Obviously the biggest thing is it literally does not work the way it should. Only half of them work. So that's a huge downside in my opinion. Like this, for $150, $149, this should be immaculate. And it's not, it's broken, it's defective. So I'm definitely gonna reach out to them or literally just return these because A, it takes way too much effort and time, they're way too heavy, and I'm comparing them to like Bun to Done. The Bun to Done, literally, because they're bigger rods, they're a lot slimmer, so you get more of a defined curl or a wave depending on how much hair you put into that curler. I don't know, it's way too expensive. Yes, you get body, but you really have to be strategic of how you place it. At least you do get something. You know, it's not just blah and just did nothing. So I'm really happy that it did get something, especially these pieces right here. I like that they actually came out really nice. So I'm gonna play with this a little bit more, even though it doesn't work properly. I'm gonna play with it a little bit more and see the right way to use this for my hair type, but at least we got something. I just don't like the overall result. If you do use these particular rollers and these specific ones, the long ones, what do you do to get a very consistent, even result? And how do you roll it? How do you place it? Things like that. I am really interested because I like that they're longer. And they're gonna give you more of a wave, more of a curl, defined wave instead of just body and just a bend. I think that's what I'm all about, especially right now. So in regards to the rollers, some of the complaints were that it's too hot, like the handles or the edges, they were too hot to handle. But honestly, I didn't find that the case. If anything, they were hot like right in the center, but I still handled them pretty well. Don't like hold on to them for too long. So you can use your fingers to roll your hair inside. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I feel like you really need to practice a lot with these, especially if you're gonna do it on yourself and looking in the mirror and understanding how to roll them, which way you want to roll them. So there's definitely a lot of, like I said, strategy, a lot of practice, a lot of skill that you have to gain by practicing using these. So it's definitely not gonna come out looking great the first several times. So I'm just trying to keep that in mind. But even with that, just seeing the quality of the stand that doesn't turn on, the other half of the stand, that's a really huge issue for me, red flag for this brand. And just these right here, they're very stiff. These, I don't know what you want to call these little bristles, these little pricks, whatever it is, but they're very hard and they're quite uncomfortable to handle. They actually are quite stiff and they kind of hurt, and they are heavy. If you put all of them in your head, which I did 11, not 12, I should have separated this section right here, but yeah, it's quite heavy in the head, kind of uncomfortable. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you guys for watching and spending time with me, and I'll see you in the next one very soon. Bye.